the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Willis going to look to throw first play.
Steps away to his left. And his first pass is incomplete.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Micah Parsons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, he's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
On first down, Willis.
Touchdown, Washington. Ronnie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Finding room at midfield.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
37 yards.
And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Willis.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this will be caught at the 30.
Touchdown, Washington. Quez Watkins.
74 yards.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
Forced out to his left. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw caught here by Metcalf.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Willis' throw going into the hands of Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Trying for it on 4th down. Here's Willis.
Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers buying time to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers steps away.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Going to run again here with Pollard.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Tony Pollard, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Willis
Steps away to his left. Left side here taken in by Metcalf.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Willis with it on 3rd and 1.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They go play action with Willis.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. D.D. Westbrook to return from his end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The shotgun snap to Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
4th down, Willis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Pollard again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. They try to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Patrick Ricard punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Willis.
Forced out to his left.
Willis slides safely, and he picks up the first down.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Willis will look to throw on first down.
Going deep here for Watkins.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now Willis on third down.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Willis on first and 10.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And Barkley will try to punch it in.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a first and 10.
Now Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Micah Parsons
able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the night. And the Commanders have taken a fourth quarter lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose down the left sideline. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd down at 5.
Let's get off the field. I've got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Nice, sweetheart. Mike 10.
Rodgers now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
52.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a give here to Pollard. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pollard again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Rodgers to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now Pollard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
For the lead, here's third and goal.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field?
A first down carry for Barkley.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Willis to throw.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Certainly would have liked to get some yardage out of that play, but now you got to put this in the hands of your field goal kicker. See if he can get you to overtime. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And no, wide left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. So 3 points, the deciding margin.
And the kick no good at the end that could have sent us to overtime. And while it was a decently long kick, we've almost gotten to the point with these kickers these days, anything inside 60, we just expect them to make it. But that was a tough pressure kick.
I love how you brought that up, though. That is so true because the kickers have almost done themselves a disservice by being so good. Exactly right. And when they do miss it, I'm not sure we give enough gravity to the idea of, that's a really long kick in a difficult situation, folks. Tough attempt, and he missed.
So for Philadelphia, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Washington, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise the bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up and show out and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range.